Right now at noon, dropping out of the race, we're following new developments of President Biden and his big announcement over the weekend. Plus, reaction pouring in from Wisconsin Democrats and what's next for the party, how they are looking to keep control of the White House. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Spreiter with you on this Monday. We start with continuing coverage of President Biden's historic announcement dropping out of the 2024 campaign. Vice President Kamala Harris raising nearly $50 million since announcing she would seek the Democratic presidential nomination. Nicole Skanga reports from Washington.
Vice President Kamala Harris made her first public appearance at the White House since announcing she would enter the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. A growing list of Democrats have thrown their weight behind Harris.
She has been a strong leader on the national stage. She is someone that's going to be a unique candidate when she goes up against Donald Trump.
It comes after President Biden made the momentous decision Sunday not to seek re-election. In a letter posted online, he wrote, "It is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." Harris can't officially become the nominee until more than 4,600 Democratic National Convention delegates have their say. An open convention is still possible next month if there are challengers.
A lot of people would like to see a mini primary. That's the process, to find out if you have the strongest candidate, whether it be Kamala or whoever else.
On CBS Mornings, independent Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia called for other candidates to emerge, but ruled out running himself. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson questioned the legality of Democrats switching candidates.
It would be wrong and I think unlawful in accordance to some of these states' rules for a handful of people to go in a back room and switch it out because they don't like the candidate any longer. Former
President Trump said Biden was not fit to serve from the very beginning. Harris's campaign says it took in nearly $50 million from grassroots supporters Sunday. That's the biggest fundraising total for any candidate this year.
That was Nicole Skanga reporting. Democrats are continuing to react and reassess after the president's announcement. Many of these elected officials are applauding the move. That includes lawmakers from right here in Wisconsin.
He did something you don't see very often politicians do, certainly not politicians in Washington, is be selfless, put their country before their own ambitions, and step aside.
There was widespread concern that having President Biden on the ballot could reduce turnout among Democrat voters. To follow all the new developments in the story, as well as more local reaction, you can download the Channel 3000 mobile app. It is free and available on all mobile devices. Well, there are more chances for showers and storms this week. First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka has your certified most accurate forecast. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good afternoon, Josh. Right now we are quiet across southern Wisconsin, but that may be changing over the next few hours as we will see some of these clouds pop up enough to fire up some showers and storms. But right now, as we look at our Edgewater sky cam, pretty calm waters out there on Lake Mendota at the noon hour. Not a whole lot of cloud cover out here yet, but these clouds with this heating of the sun that we have will start to develop. You'll start to see these tower up a little bit later on as we go over the next few hours. You can even see some of these popping up on our future track as we get toward about 3 o'clock or so. They'll be pretty isolated, at least initially, but as we get toward the rush hour and the dinner hour, expecting some scattered showers and some storms. Now, dew points have come up a little bit. They're in the mid-60s out to the west along the Wisconsin River Valley. Right now, our dew points at 60. We are calling for scattered afternoon storms today, and then again tomorrow. Then we're in store for an extended dry period. And after a brief cool down later this week, we will be heating up this weekend. Right now, we're getting close to 80, 79 in Madison, also Middleton. So we are expecting these scattered showers and storms to develop by the mid to late afternoon hours. A lot of this will wind down this evening. We'll track those storms for tomorrow as well, coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, we will see you then. Thank you. Continuing coverage now, the head of the Secret Service was called to Capitol Hill this morning to answer questions about the attempted assassination on former President Trump. This follows widespread criticism that the agency she leads did not properly prepare for Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Cheadle said in her opening testimony the assassination attempt is the most significant operational failure at the Secret Service in decades. Happening tonight, the Sauk County Board will hold a hearing on the sale of its assisted living facility to a private entity. The public is invited to speak at the meeting. You can register in person. It starts at 6 o'clock on the 3rd floor of the West Square building in Baraboo in room 326. The board could take official action on the sale of its healthcare facility during its open session. We are learning today that Packers quarterback Jordan Love is holding out on practicing. This is according to the NFL's network's Ian Rappaport. He says general manager Brian Gutekunst informed reporters that Love would be sitting out of practice, but he's optimistic about getting a deal done and expects to do so in the coming days. Well, still ahead for us this afternoon. If you have a question or a concern about your plants or garden, now's the time to send us your questions via email to tips@channel3000.com. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will join us later in the broadcast with the answers. Again, that is tips@channel3000.com. Up next, the financial impacts from Friday's worldwide IT outage and how airlines are hoping to get back to normal.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Moving forward.
Oh man, you get a 5-star review. That's like the Cadillac of all Cadillacs.
I have a lot of them. Oh, you're Jake? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Jake. And they're like, oh, I saw your reviews. It's really good.
Quality service quickly, that's what you get with Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with iCare's dual eligible special needs plans. Our members get $1,800 per year with a card that's loaded monthly to pay for items such as eligible groceries, over-the-counter items, rent, and utilities. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Call us today, and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
What's up? You need some windows?
Howdy. Oh, you need windows. Yes, you do.
Hey folks, you call the experts? Increase your curb appeal and save big this summer with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 5 years. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
The major IT outage last Friday has disrupted thousands of flights since then. Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian has apologized and says the carrier is offering bonus Sky Miles and travel vouchers for passengers who've been impacted. A company source tells CBS News that Delta anticipates more cancellations today, but the airline also hopes to kick off the week with a smooth start. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says his agency will enforce passenger protections for Delta customers. Twisters, the sequel filmed in 1996's singular Twister, spun its way to the top of the weekend box office, pulling in more than $80 million domestically. The two family-friendly animated sequels, Despicable Me 4 and Inside Out 2, were second and third, earning more than $36 million combined. And we're still a few months away from the holiday season, but already coffee creamer brand International Delight is announcing its holiday flavors. And this year, they'll feature images from the iconic Home Alone films. Some of the flavors include frosted sugar cookie, peppermint mocha, and hot chocolate marshmallow. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Courtney Keeley.
Here's the stock report here at the noon hour. We're in the green on a Monday. The Dow up 118 points, NASDAQ up 172, and the S&P 500 up 31. Pam is watching today's egg prices straight ahead, and Kelly is tracking the firstborn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, it is one of the summer's biggest blockbusters. Will Loper takes a look at Twisters.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Finish your wood projects with Cabot Australian Timber Oil. It's perfect for decks, siding, and outdoor furniture while providing maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency. A gallon is $49.98 plus 11% rebate. Cabot Gold is the ultimate finish, providing an unparalleled satin sheen and strong protection from UV sun damage, extreme temperatures, rain, and moisture. A gallon is just $54.98 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
My heart was failing because of blood clots in my lungs. I'm Mike, and that was my diagnosis. But only my team at Northwestern Medicine had the solution to save me.
Mike's team performed a breakthrough technique to clear the clots deep in his lungs. Tiny balloons were used to gently restore blood flow, giving Mike a new lease on life. Northwestern Medicine is a leader in second opinions for all heart and vascular conditions. If you've been diagnosed with a complex heart or vascular condition, we have something to offer. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app today.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now. With nearly 400 cases closed and over $700,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. Wait till you hear what Will.i.am is up to.
I graduate this year from Harvard.
Then HGTV Week begins with 100-Day Dream Homes, Brian and Mika Kleinschmidt.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back at noon. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. What a weekend for the Dane County Fair, Pam.
Oh, we had a blast. Just an absolute blast. I want to congratulate everybody that participated, obviously, as exhibitors. Thank you to all the buyers that showed up Friday night for the youth livestock auction. And my tractor drivers. Man, Josh, we had a full lineup on Saturday morning parading around the Dane County Fairgrounds. Thank you so much. If you want to see some pictures, I've got them up at Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. I know that our Dane County Fairs to the Fair rode along with us. She had some great pictures, too. And it was a beautiful day. Keeping our fingers crossed that the Columbia County and Rock County folks that have their county fairs this week enjoy the same kind of great weather that we did for the green, Dane, and Fond du Lac County fairs. You know, we're always trying to broaden our perspective on where Wisconsin agricultural products can go. For 2 years now, we've had the Wisconsin Ag Export Council working with our Wisconsin food companies, our agribusiness processors, trying to find new markets outside the United States. Wisconsin Senator Joan Balwick, who I visited with on Friday, says that they just got the report. One sector that really saw benefits from the Wisconsin Ag Export Council, dairy, saw about a 47% increase since 2021 on dairy products that are moving outside the United States from Wisconsin. Now, the meat area and our crops area, they're a little bit more soft because of the global economy. But again, always moving forward. That Ag Export Council does a lot trying to make sure that agribusinesses know what kind of protocols are in place in different countries that they need to be mindful of, labeling, making sure things are proper on their packaging, just simple things like that that can turn into real obstacles breaking into those markets without a little help. So congratulations, Wisconsin Ag Export Council. All right, dairy markets today in Chicago, the barrel cheese up a penny and a quarter at 192.5. 40-pound block cheese up a penny at 187.5. Double A butter stands still today, Josh, currently at 307.5 per pound. And now, because my job is so difficult, I'm heading to a golf course to cheer on some of the golfers for the FFA Foundation's golf outing that's happening right now. And I'm glad that the weather is cooperating this year.
It is a nice day for that. Yeah, and you're about to go on vacation and leave us, and I won't have any butter updates for a little while, huh?
I'll text you something just to make you, just to let you know I'm thinking of you.
All right, deal. Well, Pam, we'll see you after you get back.
Couple weeks.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks, Josh.
Now to your certified most accurate forecast. First for meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, it is a nice day so far. Kind of feels like the dog days almost right now, but we are expecting some more showers and storms to get going again this afternoon and then again tomorrow. But then after that, we've got an extended dry period. And the reason why we're going to see some of these showers and storms, we got the heating of the afternoon, a little bit of humidity out here, and also that cold front still way up there in Canada, but that band of showers and storms, that'll probably arrive here by tomorrow morning. So we can expect some to develop this afternoon, and then a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier in the day, expecting that cold front to arrive and bring us some showers and storms tomorrow morning already. All right, temperatures are expected to be on the warm side, should be in the lower 80s today, and we'll back off in the 70s. As mentioned, pretty typical July weather expected. We've got the humidity out here today, but it's actually going to go down, and that's behind that cold front. So later in the week, the humidity will go down. It's not going to last real long because that humidity will creep right back up going into the weekend, along with those temperatures. Scattered afternoon storms popping up again. We had those fired up yesterday right over Madison. And then we've got some dry weather, a pretty extended period of dry weather starting Wednesday. That'll continue through the rest of the week, even through the weekend and even in early parts of next week. But it is going to be heating up. We're going to get a heat dome that's going to be building across much of the nation's midsection. That's going to bring us temperatures closer to 90. Now, this afternoon, we're already in the next couple of hours. I would expect some scattered storms to pop up during the afternoon hours. They're not going to be real organized, but just have to keep an eye to the skies. Temperatures climb close to 80 today. A lot of these will dissipate this evening. Now, tomorrow's chance of rain comes in sooner, already in the morning hours. As people are headed off to work, we could be seeing some of these showers or storms already firing up at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And that's that band of showers and storms that'll be coming in. And behind that, we'll get into some drier weather by tomorrow night, and that will continue through the rest of the week. And then we're going to be heating up. The 6 to 10 day outlook as we close out the month of July, head into August. Much of the country, excluding Texas, expecting above average temperatures. That means we'll be likely close to 90. And the reason it's rather cool in Texas is because they do have some rain. We can expect some scattered showers as well, but better chances down in the south. Right now it's 79 in Madison. I don't believe that Janesville temperature is right. 77 right now in Watertown and across Dane County. Everybody in the mid to upper 70s here at the noon hour. So our first warm forecast, scattered showers and storms, even a better chance tomorrow. A little bit more activity expected tomorrow. Then we cool off a little bit briefly. Then we're right back in the 80s going into the weekend.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, it is county and state fair time, and all this week, Howard is checking out fair favorites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
I don't know about you, but I love a good old-fashioned fair or carnival. So all this week, we're out of the kitchen and checking out all the rides, testing our skills at the midway, and of course, eating our way from one end of the fair to the other. So, ready or not, here we go. Besides all the traditional fair foods, you know, the freshly popped popcorn, the overstuffed sausage sandwiches, and the caramel apples, these days there are so many more options to munch on. Did you know that every region of the country has their own signature dishes that are so good? There is no surprise that many of us find ourselves counting down the days until the fair. At the Iowa State Fair, for example, one of the go-to favorites is a hot beef sundae. Yeah, you heard me right, a hot beef sundae. All it is a big scoop of mashed potatoes smothered with tender as can be pot roast swimming in a rich brown gravy. Then it's sprinkled with cheese and topped with a cherry tomato. It looks just like a hot fudge sundae. And you don't have to wait for the fair to enjoy these, since the recipe's online. Just type in hot beef sundaes. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and now we're off to discover even more fair favorites so we can share them with you all week long. And every one of them will have you saying, ooh, it's so good.
Still ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. You can email those questions to tips@channel3000.com. We'll get the answers next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
They don't clock out at 5 or care if it's the weekend. That means we keep working too.
So when Eric Hovde says that farmers don't work hard, that pisses me off.
Think of farming. Look at the old physical toil that it would take on your body. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
A California banker criticizing Wisconsin farmers for not working hard? We know what that is.
Eric Hovde, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
TDS Fiber Internet makes our home smarter. Working, playing, living, learning. It's all better with TDS Fiber Internet because it's faster, more reliable. It's award-winning internet served up by friendly local folks. It's what keeps us connected. And isn't that what it's all about? Say hello to internet that hits different. Say hello to TDS.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of Ford vehicles, like the Built Wild Bronco family, with a deal you just can't miss. Your biggest adventures are waiting. So make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. I want that. Make it a lease on a new Ford Bronco Sport for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Welcome back at noon. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here to answer your plant and garden questions. You can email them to tips@channel3000.com. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Beautiful day.
It is.
Beautiful plant.
Yes, this is an oncidium or butterfly orchid.
It's kind of different.
We just got some new ones in from Florida. Yes. Yeah, we're used to seeing the moth orchids with the really big flowers, and this has very similar cultural needs, except the flowers are smaller and tend to look really exotic looking.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Not something you see every single day.
No. They're super special. So
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the questions this afternoon. First up, Wally asks, there's something chewing up the leaves on his rhubarb plants. Is there something he can spray on them to protect the plants?
Without knowing exactly what's chewing on them, I would go with something that's a little more broad spectrum. So something like 8 is pretty safe for that kind of thing. Or you could try, there's one called Dead Bug by Captain Jack's that's really effective for insects that eat the leaves. So, and tends to be a little bit more on the organic side. So, Dead Bug by Captain Jack's.
All right, question number 2. Diane asks, her green tomatoes on the vine are rotting on the other side of the tomato. Her plants are in pots and she doesn't have garden space. What can be done?
So what she has is called blossom end rot, and it's a calcium deficiency. It's especially apparent when we plant tomatoes in containers. Sometimes the watering can be uneven in pots. And so what you want to do is get a fertilizer that is made for tomatoes that has calcium in it. And we've got several at the store that would be really good, and that should help. The other trick is to make sure that you keep your tomato plants evenly moist, so don't let them dry out completely.
That's interesting. Calcium.
Calcium.
Just like we're like a human.
Yep, it's a calcium deficiency.
That is so interesting.
I know, right?
Question from Lori. Lori says, I have an amaryllis that had green leaves and someone cut them off because they bent over. It has grown new leaves and now she uses an upside down tomato cage to support the leaves. Her question is, do you think it may flower this winter or is there something else to do?
No, I think the fact that you have new foliage on it is great. You're going to want to keep it going. I would fertilize it with some kind of fertilizer for flower bud production. And then just follow the instructions with amaryllis care to get them to reflower. If you want to, you can email our plant desk, plantdesk@brucecompany.com, and we've got a little handout we can send you with instructions.
All right, last question here from Linda. Linda's talking about her peonies here. She says her plants have flowered for the last 20 or so years, except for this year. It's in full sun, and they have a few that look like they were going to bloom but didn't. Any reason that you would think why?
So for peonies, there are a couple of things. They like full sun, which it sounds like you have. All the rain might have caused the flower buds to rot, but the biggest thing with peonies, especially if they've been in for a long time, is that they're in a garden bed and you're a good mulcher. Peony, the eyes on the peony roots need to be within 1.5 inches of the top of the soil. So if you are a heavy garden mulcher, pull that mulch away from the plants and you can mulch right up to them, but get the mulch off the crowns of that plant, and hopefully that will help.
That's interesting because I know even for us with the rain, we've noticed a difference just with how our plants have reacted this year.
Yes.
Some good, some bad.
Some good, some bad. Everything looks really lush, but we're going to have a lot of extra fungal problems this year, a lot of slugs and earwig damage in shady gardens. But I love to mulch my garden. It looks really great in the spring after you do it, but there's some plants that really don't like that mulch on top of the roots.
Makes sense.
Peonies are one. Iris is another one that really resents that.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Lisa, thank you as always. We appreciate it. Let's go to Kelly now for a final check of your first warned weather.
Yeah, pretty typical afternoon for this time of July. We've got a few clouds popping up. Some of these clouds may produce a few showers, but right now our temperatures continue to climb. 79 right now in Madison, Middleton at 80. Our first warned forecast, scattered showers and storms today, and even a better chance, a little bit more activity tomorrow. Highs both days in the lower 80s, but noticing we drop the temperatures. That's because we have a cold front that'll be coming through. That'll drop that humidity by Wednesday and Thursday. Start to heat right back up this weekend, but noticing a pretty extended dry period. We will get into some heat this weekend. 87 on Sunday, and then early next week we will be flirting with 90, but no rain in the forecast going throughout the weekend.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you back here tomorrow.